And I'm back. Hi guys and ghouls. It's been a long time, I know. I'm still stressed if you can't tell. I still have a lot of uni work to be doing, but I thought I'd take a little break, like a little 10 minutes out of my day, just to chat to you guys and just explain what's happening. So basically, I wanted to do Vlogmas. When I finished Vlogtober, I actually was genuinely so sad not to be talking to you guys on a daily basis. I tried to keep up my videos, but as you guys may or may not have seen from my like meltdown video that I had sitting in bed, I couldn't. It was taking effect on my mental health, trying to get YouTube done and university done and working done. So I had to think very realistically as to what was most important, and ultimately I'm paying £9,000 a year to go to university, and therefore I had to give it my priority. Now, university still has my priority until the 21st of December. Unfortunately, uni owns me until then. So I still have a lot of assignments to do. I'm currently halfway through an English assignment, and I would have loved to have done my hair and like put on makeup and stuff for this video, but just to be completely honest with you, I don't have time. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because I'm hopefully going to do a bit of Vlogmas. As I said, I genuinely missed talking to you during, like, after Vlogtober, and I was really looking forward to December so that I could start Vlogmas, but I did not realise university, well, I think I did realise university was going to be stressful, but I don't think I thought it was going to be less stressful. So, first, thank you to everyone who has been patient, who has been waiting, everyone who sent me messages and comments. Honestly, it's been so nice. I'm sorry if I haven't replied to every single one yet. I promise I will get around to replying at some point, but I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with me. This is probably one of the busiest times which I'm going to be going through in the next like few years. I mean, I guess once I get my full-time teaching job, it's going to be quite busy. But like as for like university wise, this is the busiest time that we get in the whole 3 years. So yeah, thank you to everyone who stuck around. And also, hello, it has been a while since I've seen you. How are you doing? What are you doing? Is it time for your lunch, huh? Are you going to say hello and happy Christmas to everyone? Good boy. Maybe Trevor will make an appearance. Hey Trevor, you going to say happy Christmas? Oh, big yawn, hey? Dragon? Anything you'd like to add? Hey? No, okay. Usual grump. So, the reason I wanted to make this video is because I wanted to do Vlogtober. I've decided, oh my goodness, Vlogmas. I've still got so much Halloween in my head right now. I wanted to do Vlogmas, but I also, as I said, couldn't fit it in every day. So I decided, like, within my, like, head, like, for my own mental health, for my own workload, for my own happiness, and probably for like the quality of content, I would only do it on days where I had interesting things going on. So you may be thinking, aha, she's got an interesting thing happening today. No, I'm just doing uni work and I'm working this evening. But I do have something interesting happening tomorrow, and I felt like I needed to give you a bit of a background because tomorrow's going to be pretty rushed. It's just, I feel like tomorrow's not going to have much time for me to be sitting and talking to you guys. So I thought today, I know I'm not doing anything interesting, but I have a little bit of a story time with you. I am still just filming on my iPhone, so I'm sorry if the quality is not as fab as my usual videos. But I do hope I will be getting kind of my normal, actual, like, proper sitting on bed, opening boxes, reviewing thing videos up as well, somewhere in December. But for now, this is all I can manage. So yeah, tomorrow I'm getting a tattoo. I'm so excited. I booked this tattoo towards the end of October. I think it was just before Halloween, actually. It was just after I got, you know, my Evie ghost on my arm, and also the pumpkin on my ankle. So after I had that done, I was in, like, I do this every time. I really look forward to a tattoo for like a month or so. I go and get it, and then straight away I'm like, yay, I love it. Now I need another one. Like, that is just like my continuous circle of life. So I came back and I started healing these, and I was like, I want another one. I have so many ideas of things I want, but I kind of had to sit down and think. I was like, right, there is something that I'm really insecure about when it comes to my tattoos. Let's just talk about tattoos here, otherwise we'll be here for hours. In terms of my tattoos, I'm insecure about one thing, and that is my right ankle. So when I first got a tattoo, it was on my 18th birthday, or maybe the day after. I knew as soon as I was turning 18 I was getting a lizard tattoo, because I'd wanted a lizard tattoo since as long as I can remember, probably like 5 or 6 when I learned what a tattoo was. So I went and got this lizard tattoo. It's very simple, it's very basic. I literally drew it on a piece of paper and they tattooed exactly my drawing. Now, I had a bit of an issue with this. When I was 18, I had watched all the tattoo programs. I thought I was an expert. I thought I knew everything there was to know about tattoos. And it turns out I didn't. Because someone just said, oh, there's a shop in your local town that's quite good. So I booked to have it done then. And then the day before my tattoo, my lizard one, they turned to me and they were like, oh, our studio has closed down and you can come to this house and get tattooed. And I was like, I'm not an expert on tattoos, but I do know that I shouldn't be going to some random person's house. So I talked to Mike and we both agreed that I shouldn't get it done. He had got the day off work, I had the day off college, and I was just like, really, I've been looking forward to it like pretty much since I was like my whole lifetime. Let's just say my whole lifetime. I was looking forward to this tattoo. I had booked it for my birthday or the day after, and I was just so excited. So when I wasn't gonna get it, this was the night before my tattoo, I was actually like sat crying. To me it was the end of the world, just because it was something I was really looking forward to. When I'm doing something like that, I get really excited. I love looking forward to things. What I did is I looked online at every single local tattoo shop and I was like, can I have a walk in tomorrow? 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 And then literally the first person who replied, it was a shop that was like 45 minutes from my house. They were like, yeah, we've got a space tomorrow at 9 AM or whenever. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll be there. Didn't look at the artist, didn't search them on Instagram, although I'm not really sure if that was a thing back then, but I definitely didn't look them up on Instagram, I can tell you that. I had seen maybe like 1 or 2 pictures on their website of his work, and I was like, how can you go wrong? So obviously I got there, I had my tattoo done, and my lizard kind of came out okay. It's a bit scarred, it's a bit bumpy, but to me, I'd never change it. It's my first one. It kind of reflects how naive I was. And also, like, when I look at, like, my new ones compared to my old ones, I love, like, seeing the journey. It's only been, like, it was only kind of, I'm happy with my lizard. But the problem is, I went back for my free touch-up. They were a bit funny about it, but they were like, oh, is there anything else you want doing? So I was like, I'll get a bat on the side of my ankle. Why not? It was, well, obviously, I love Halloween, and bats are one of my favourite animals, so I was like, I'll get a bat. And like, I think it was around the time as well that I was starting my YouTube channel, so I was like, ooh, haunted bat, I'll get a haunted bat. Shut up, Lizzie. So yeah, I decided to get a bat. So they gave me the touch-up on my lizard, which was fine, and then I drew out a quick picture of a bat. They just literally traced it and slapped it on the side of my leg. So I had that tattooed, and straight away I was just like, well, at first I thought it was really cool. I was like, oh, look at me with a bat on the side of my leg. And then the more I looked at it, the more I was kind of like, oh, I wish I had added eyes. I wish I had added feet. I wish it was more realistic. It was like a weird cross between like cartoon and not cartoon. It wasn't a traditional looking tattoo. It's a bit of a mess. And honestly, everyone who sees it asks me, like, oh, is that like a transfer? And I'm like, always like, great. No, this is actually on me forever. I wish it was a transfer. So there's a lot of things I didn't like about it, and it became like a real insecurity for me, and it's very patchy. So I did ask the shop. I was like, can I come back and get it touched up? Because they had given me the free touch up on my lizard, and it was part of the whole thing. Go heal it, come back if it needs touching up. Sweet. And at that point, I thought every tattoo needed like touching up. See, other than that shop, I have never had to go for a touch up in my whole entire life. So yeah, I was like trying to get back to get my touch up done, and they like were not having it because I didn't want any more tattoos from that guy, and because I wasn't coming in to pay for anything, they weren't happy to give me a touch-up for free, even though that's what they had done before. So I kind of, it was quite rude, the interactions I had with them, and I decided, like, I'm not gonna go back to them because they were just rude, and I was like, I don't need that kind of thing in my life. Tattoos are for life, like, you don't want to mess them up. And I already wasn't happy with my bat. I am so glad I didn't go back and get a touch-up because it would have just made it darker. It probably would have made it scarred. At the moment, my lizard is scarred and slightly raised, but my bat is still smooth. So, that's the beginning of my long story of trying to try and fix this bat. So I should probably show you what I was talking about. Let me bring you up here. So, you probably need the light from the window. This is the bat which I'm talking about. You guys probably have seen it before. It's pretty much been around since the beginning of my channel. I'm referring to this big black one on the side of my leg here. Basically, I had that bat. That is exactly how it's looked since I've got it. As you can see, it's quite patchy. It's quite like big. Well, I say big, it's quite thick, it's quite bold. So I wasn't happy with how it looked, and I just felt it did look a bit like a transfer, because it's just kind of slammed on the side of my leg, like that's it. When I went to my new artist, who unfortunately passed away, I think they passed away about 2 or 3 years ago now, I went and I was like, can you fix my bat for me, because I didn't like it. As I said, second tattoo I ever got. At this point, I was starting to learn a bit more, and I think I was looking at other people's bat tattoos, and I was like, why is mine so bad? So I went back and, I went to my new artist, and I was like, can you fix this for me? Now, she had a very specific style. As you know, every artist has a different style, and her style was very kind of light grey, like, very feminine. I think, like, if the bat wasn't there, it would have worked really nicely. So, take you back to my leg. She did all of this kind of dot work in the background, like all of these kind of cloud things. Now, in hindsight, like now, I definitely wouldn't get that because I want my like legs to be more patchwork. I don't want anything in the background. But at the time, I had nothing else on my leg, and she was like, well, add this kind of background. It may sort of almost take the emphasis on how like odd the bat looked, because it just kind of looks stuck on the side. Like everyone thinks it's a fake tattoo, like a transfer tattoo, because it just looks like plonked on the side. So she was like, oh, well, add a background. I'm not going to touch the bat though. She refused to touch the bat. But what she did do is add a bat across here, across my foot. Now the bat she added was not what the bat you see now. It was the same shape and everything, but it was like very light. It was kind of dot work, and you could barely see it, and unfortunately she passed away before it got finished. So I was left with this kind of half finished background, and then this rubbish bat on the side. So I felt even more self-conscious, because now not only did I have this bat like plastered on the side of my leg, I also had like a dotty background, and then on top of that I had an unfinished bat on my foot, and it just, the contrast between the darkness of my original bat and the lightness of this new artist technique, it just looked abysmal. And actually I think in my tattoo tour that I uploaded, I think I've only uploaded one. You can see that bat. If I remember and can find it, I'll insert a picture now of what it looked like. When I found Amy Lou, who's the lady who did like this one for me, and like all of my other more like traditional ones, all the ones on my legs and stuff, I said to her, do you think you can finish off this bat? Because at that point, my rubbish bat on the side I just didn't care about, but this unfinished bat on my foot, people were going, oh, what is that? And I was like, it's a bat. So I had that finished. So what you see now is like what she did. She added colour to it and detail, and yeah, I was really pleased with it. But I've been thinking a lot, and like the only thing I'm like insecure about tattoo wise on my body is still this original bat. So this bat that I paid to get done, I tried to get a touch up, but the shop were really rude and didn't let me come back. I paid for the kind of cloud background. I paid for the original bat on my foot to kind of blend it in. I then paid again to get that one finished. And then on top of that as well, I did pay to get like these bats added to the front to make it more of like a bat scene. So now I'm hoping that tomorrow I will finally get my bat finished, literally 4 years nearly since I got it. Hopefully I can get it finished tomorrow. What I'm going to do is hopefully get colours added to my original bat, because it is, other than my lizard on my hip, it is the only tattoo that I've got like that's black and grey. I'd say like all of my rest, even like my black cat tattoos, have colour in them. Like I just love colour. I don't know why I thought I'd stick with black and grey, but like as soon as colour started getting added within my tattoos, I was like, what? So yes, tomorrow I'm getting colour added. I'm hoping to kind of correlate the colours of my rubbish bat with my bat on my foot. So like I've got golds and purples, so I'm hoping to get kind of golds and purples into the bat on the side. Golds and purples definitely, I mean, I love the colour purple. Gold isn't always my favourite, but I think like yellows and purples go well together. And generally I do like colours. As much as I only kind of dress in black, I do love like a good splash of colour. Kitten, stop looking at Trevor. So I'm doing that. I'm hoping to get a crescent moon or something behind, just to kind of tie the bat with the clouds, if that makes sense, and potentially add some more little bats around it. So kind of leaving it up to my artist. I will insert a picture now of what I sent her as like my reference. Like I sent this to her when I was explaining how I kind of wanted it fixed. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I'm hoping it's going to be the end of a very long era of not being happy with my bat tattoo, and maybe actually being able to say it's finished. I don't need to add anything more to sort this out. I literally started with having one bat on the side of my ankle, and in order to fix it I've ended up adding a bat to my foot, 3 on the front, clouds, like everything, trying to fix it, and it still hasn't been fixed. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, tomorrow is going to be quite a big day for me. Okay, so I'm going to go to bed now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time.